Oh, I know how to fix this mill. I can build a new one. Chapter 2.
I suppose I should tell you a little about my trips up in the North Country. We went up to the North Pole, and that's where I stayed for the next 6 months. I was up there, and it was dark 24 hours a day for a long time that I was in there. But before my time was up to come out, well, it had gotten daylight again, so I did see some of the landscape, and my job was hauling water to the camp, because we had to haul the water with a tractor and sleds. And not too far away, well, roughly 4.5 miles from the camp, there was a mountain there that they call Crystal Mountain. It was right full of crystals. I brought home quite a few because I was over there a couple of different times. And then I decided, well, I would like to be the first guy to put a cat on top of there. Some of the other guys had tried to get up with a bulldozer, but they couldn't get her up. She was too steep. So I said, well, I would like to try it. So one day, one of the guys that was working with me, him and I left and headed out to see if we could get this bulldozer up on top of the mountains. I wanted to get it up there. I wanted to be the first guy. So we got over there and we tried to get up, and it was pretty tough going. It was really steep, and you'd get up part way, and it was so steep that the bulldozer would slide backwards. And anyway, the fellow that was with me, he jumped off and he said, "You're crazy." He said, "I'm not staying with you." But anyway, I kept looking around and working with the old girl, and the first thing you know, I was up on top of Crystal Mountain. So
I did it!
So the ground's frozen really hard, but I got enough stuff there. I dozed enough stuff to make a little pile, so I made a little pile up on the top of Crystal Mountain to mark my place on the mountain. I don't know if anybody else has ever got one up there since I was there or not, because the next time that I went back there, they still hadn't been able to get up. But I was pretty lucky. I got her up there, and so I made a mark on the top of the mountain anyway, and I imagine the little mound of dirt that I built there is still there, because it'll be frozen so hard that nobody could ever get it apart anyway. But it was quite a thing to go to Crystal Mountain. That's all we had to do up there. We used to go there and dig and scratch at the frozen ground there and try to find some crystals. And, oh, if you worked long enough, you could usually find a few. But it was really tough going because the ground really froze hard. But that was quite an experience to be up there in the dark for months at a time. And it's dark 24 hours a day. And then when you do see the sun, oh, it's really nice when you get a little bit of daylight. But I sort of liked it up there. I liked the North Country, and I wouldn't mind going back again. I've said several times since I'd like to go back up and see the changes that's been made since I was up there. And that's been quite a long time ago now. I guess it's 35 or 40 years since I was last there. So I imagine there's quite a bit of change in that length of time. But I would like to see it one more time.
I'm on the old bulldozer engine! Hey, Mom, I'm on the engine! Chapter 0. Chapter done. And so, passes have changed. Well, the weather's away. And that is how
Times
the children
change.
play.
Time change, and be quiet.
It's a lot easier to be a kid today than it was back in the 30s. When I was 4 years old, I had responsibilities, and the children today don't have that. and they're not learning very much about the environment and things that we learned the hard way.
What do you grown-ups these days say about kids your age, and what do they say? Kids these days?
I don't know. Are really stupid.
Do they say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that you only have to play. And
They say
do
kids those
jobs.
days stop growing.
Yeah, that's what they say when the kids are away.
Would you rather be a kid today or in the olden times?
Ask Declan.
In the olden days, only
Right
if
now,
I play-
right now. Because there wasn't candy in the olden days.
No, candy's not important.
I want candy.
No.
Okay, see you later.